And what you guys needed. Okay. So welcome to yoga class. We made it once again. Sometimes it just really feels like, oh, it's already been a week. This is crazy. If you have a block, you can set it underneath your sit bones and have your heels on either side. We'll be here for a little bit. If your knees get too uncomfortable, feel free to get out of that for a moment. But also you can see if you can challenge yourself to sit in just for a little bit longer. We were just talking about discomfort. And yeah, you know, I think inside of all of these waves, I can imagine for many, I can speak for myself that you know, there's kind of these like really dramatic highs and lows that have been going on throughout this time of quarantine. Kind of sharing some of this yesterday, but it's hard, you know. And with the practice of yoga, we actually have this sort of sweet tool set of a structure that we can sort of climb inside of and seek solace within. But it doesn't necessarily remove the suffering or the challenges that we're experiencing. You know, one of my teachers, she said, to rest underneath your suffering. I thought that was so interesting, and I think it is sort of not, it's like laying down and looking at the clouds. Like we use this metaphor of the clouds for the thoughts and like the wildness of the mind and la la la. And we say it over and over again. But you know, that's actually totally great because we see the moon every day and we see the sun every day and we see our furry friends every day, whatever it is. But it's like there's something that's still special about these experiences that we can continue to learn from, and again, seek solace within this structure that we return to. Yeah, so today we're going to focus a little bit more on immunity in the physiology of the body, sort of doing some different compression and opening for the limbs, but also we can invite in some, perhaps like some psychic immunity as well. So just like letting the mind be aware that this practice is protecting us. And by protecting, it's not closing us off, but rather it's building the strength of our ability to withstand and to witness and to be with. I think that's all that I have to say here. So in our Virasana, you can go ahead and place the palms face down. And just settling down for a moment, you can close the eyes if they're not already closed, and just beginning to drop into the body. Can bring a slight tuck into the chin to lift the back of the neck higher, expanding the back of the spine, pelvis super heavy. Just allowing the cells and the fluids of the body to begin to settle. Noticing the breath, perhaps beginning to notice some different sensations in the body. Perhaps beginning to notice this gentle expansion with each inhale and the condensing of the tissues as you exhale. And perhaps as we're noticing this expansion and condensation in the lungs, we can carry this awareness into other places in the body. Yeah, every cell in our body is breathing. Every cell has the capacity to take these breaths with the lungs independently, in coordination. You can begin by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth. Deep inhale. Letting it go with a sigh. Taking a deep, deep breath. Letting it go. And we'll take a deep breath in for Om if you'd like to join. Inhaling. Staying in this sweet space throughout practice. Again, staying with your body. We're here to witness and to be with ourselves. As you find your breath once again, you inhale, you can lean the pelvis forward. And rather than leaning the head back, you'll actually draw the chin into the chest. And as you exhale, you can rock the pelvis back and lift the chin forward. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or keep them open, whatever you prefer. Inhaling to rock the pelvis forward, chin drops into the chest, sort of this inverted cat-cow. And exhale, belly pulls in, curling the spine and lifting the chin nice and high. Inhale, belly reaches forward, chin into the chest. And exhale, chin lifts, pelvis rocks back. And taking a few like this. It's a warm up for the spine in some ways, but it's also sort of getting into the creases of the folds of the body. Yeah, the inner hip crease and the neck, even the inside of the belly, and the space between the vertebrae, inviting some compression and expansion here. And letting the breath sort of wash through you. And you've done about 2 or 3 more rounds of this. Just allowing the spine to lift up nice and high once again, allowing the eyes to flutter open if they're not already. See something in front of you, and then gently reach the palms down onto the earth. Just pressing the palms into the earth. You can lift up the hips and remove anything that's underneath your hips. And shift the hips over to the right heel. Yes, if you can, almost bringing the center of your pelvis onto the right heel, and then walking the palms over to the left side, shifting the weight into that right side to open up the right side body, tucking the chin into the chest. Can take a deep breath in here. Exhale fully. Deep breath in, opening up. And exhale, softening. Pressing the weight into the left palm this time, reaching the right fingertips out and away from the body. You can begin rolling the spine open, the right rib cage rolls open, still leaning the hips over to the right side as you find this nice side bend. You can open the chest all the way, maybe the heart rolls up to the sky. And exhaling to let the bones soften. Notice the space in the collarbones, the chest opens if you sort of allow that palm to reach back. Just finding a little bit of movement here. Exhaling to curl the spine forward and inhaling to open up the heart towards the sky. Exhale to curl the spine forward. Inhale to open up. The same as you exhale, palms come back down to the mat and walking them through center. Pausing here, you can just shift the hips side to side. Nice massage on the tops of the feet, loosening up any tension. And then we'll just go on to the other side here. So shifting the hips over to the left heel this time. And seeing if you can bring the center of the pelvis over that left heel. And then walking the palms over to the right. We'll find this nice side bend. Chin pulls into the chest as you root into the left hip. Opening up through the left side body, taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale to soften the bones, reaching. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. Yeah, I just want to feel good today. Enjoy the body. And open up these muscles and tissues. Can press the weight into the right palm, reaching the left fingertips far, far away, out and up as you open up the spine, open up the heart, left rib cage opens up. Hips again are still leaning over to the left side. And inhale to open up the spine. Exhale to sink into that left hip bone. As you inhale, opening up a little bit farther, spine rolls towards the sky. And exhale, carving the spine forward, closing the front of the rib cage. Inhale to open up. Exhaling to carve forward. Nice massage in the sacrum as well, all the way into the low spine as you find this sort of rhythmic undulation. And do one more here. Inhale, opening up nice and full. And exhale, palms come back down to the mat, walking through center. Just finding that nice shifting once again. Should feel quite open in the side body. And from here, just shifting the weight into the palms, and we'll move directly into our toe opening pose. So just tucking the toes behind you, and shifting the weight back into the feet. As you walk the palms up here, we've all done this, so I think you guys can come all the way up. You can bring the heels of the palms into the inner hip creases, and just give a little bit of pressure here. If it feels good, you can even lock the elbows. It's okay if the shoulders come up right now. But if you lock the elbows, you'll notice that you can get a nice sort of traction in the low spine. And then just dropping the chin to the chest. Even without the locked elbows, if you have that pressure, you can find some of that deeper opening. Yeah, multi-purpose moment. We've got our feet opening up. Can release the base of the pelvis. We'll soften the pelvic floor. Nice pressure on the inner hip creases. Opening in the low spine. And chin pulling into the chest. Nice compression in a lot of these spaces that sort of give our bodies overall wellness. Yeah, these different nodes and tissues and organs, glands. Yoga for a purpose. And take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. I'll take 2 more breaths together. Inhale. Deep exhale, letting everything soften. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, releasing the palms, moving the palms back into the earth, and just lifting up the feet, setting the tops of the feet down, shifting back for your child's pose. Can you gently shift the hips from side to side? You're starting to notice any shifting in the body. So nice. Rolling the spine forward, finding your tabletop position. Move right into the early spinal twist here. You can inhale the right arm to reach high. And as you exhale, threading that arm underneath the body, laying the right shoulder down. Content the left fingertips and just shifting the hips side to side once again. There's something really nice about this sort of gentle movement of the hips that can invite a little bit of softness. Allowing the breath to be nice and full. I think I've said this before, but recently I've been humming a lot with my breath, which actually feels quite nice. It's sort of this relief for the nervous system. Yeah, I can take an inhale and hum through the lips. If you like, no pressure. From here, finding stillness and extending that left leg out to about 9 o'clock. If you'd like, you can pause here, or if you're feeling super ambitious and bendy this morning, you can reach out for that left ankle and then lay the right shoulder back down. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular, but really what we're doing is opening up the chest, letting the back of that right shoulder feel super gooey and open. Just take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Might have some good sensations going in through the back of the body, through the back of the leg, rib cage. So nice. Now from here, leaving the foot where it is, can bring the left palm back underneath the shoulder, pressing into the earth. You can inhale the right arm to lift high. And exhale to place it back down on underneath the shoulder. Pressing into both palms in the right knee, lifting the left leg high, rotating the toes down to reach the heel behind you, and then placing it all the way towards the right back corner of the mat. You can look over that right shoulder and then gently lean into the left side body to open up the rib cage, and you'll probably get a nice stretch in that right outer hip as well. Now looking back towards that left foot over the right shoulder. Taking a deep breath in, pressing into the palm. Exhale, reaching, feeling the body opening up. 2 more breaths, deep inhale. Exhaling fully, 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, just letting that go, the left knee comes back into your tabletop, and just shifting the hips side to side in our tabletop this time. Yeah, I don't know necessarily about y'all's bodies, but my outer hips have been super tight, probably from all of the sitting and sort of emotional processing of life these days. We know that the hips hold a lot for us, so let's see if we can invite some more movement. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around so I can do this with you guys. We'll find the other side here. So you can inhale to lift the left arm this time. And then as you exhale, threading the arm underneath the body, laying yourself down, setting up for the shape once again. As you lay the left shoulder down, finding that movement in the hips. Just inviting that sweet softness into the body as the back of the left shoulder blade begins to open up. And from here, finding a sense of stillness, and eventually extending that right leg out, this time to 3 o'clock in your sort of yogi clock here. And either pausing here, or if you like, you can sort of lift the body up to reach for the ankle and lay yourself back down. Now you can leave the right fingertips where they are, maybe explore with any sort of bind or self-touch that you might need. And take about 5 breaths here, really indulging in the sensations of the body. Letting the breath fill the entirety of the body system. And open, letting yourself be held by the earth below you. Just 2 more breaths here. Bringing that right palm back underneath the shoulder. Inhale to lift the left arm high. Exhale to plant that palm back down onto the earth, lifting the right leg up this time, and then rotating it towards the back of the mat, toes point down, and then crossing it all the way over to the back left corner. And looking over the left shoulder, begin shifting the weight to begin opening up the right side body, and perhaps a little bit of opening in that left outer hip as well. And take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Really indulging. Yeah, sometimes I notice when teachers will guide me into a shape, I don't experience the same thing as them. I try to remind myself that that is okay. We all have our individual experiences, and I know our bodies are all very different. So indulging in the sensations that you are experiencing. Yeah, I will share my experience, but just want to remind you that your experience is also perfect. Now take 1 more deep breath in here. Letting it go. Softening that right knee back down into the mat. And then just shifting the hips side to side once again. And from here, we're going to bring our elbows down onto the mat, making sure they're right underneath the shoulders or even a little bit inside of them. We're just going to do a little bit of shoulder mobility here. I know you all are advanced practitioners, but we're just moving a little slowly today. So when you find your elbows on the mat, see if you can press into the mat to really engage the shoulder blades against the rib cage. Yeah, so sometimes we like to drop into the shoulders and they draw together, but rather we want to press into the mat to allow the shoulder blades to attach. Yeah, and as you inhale, you can begin to shift the body forward. The shoulders reach over the wrist. And as you exhale, beginning to shift the hips back. And they might not go back that far, yeah, depending on your shoulder mobility. No, that's okay. Want to really anchor the elbows into the earth, inhaling to reach the shoulders forward, nice long spine, maybe drawing the chin into the neck slightly to elongate the back of the neck. Exhale to shift the hips back. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, reaching back. Let's do this about 2 or 3 more times. It might feel simple, it might feel really challenging. Again, depends on how your shoulders are doing today. Just being careful and cautious of taking care of yourself. You know, one more together, inhaling to reach the shoulders forward. And exhale to reach the shoulders back. And this time as you reach the shoulders forward, you can sort of crawl yourself forward and find your way to your belly. And bring the palms underneath the forehead. Just give the hips a nice shake once again. Bringing the elbows out to a cactus. Here you can bring the right cheek onto the mat. We'll just do this nice brief twist, bending the left knee and shifting that foot over towards the right side to open up the front of the left side body as well as the right front shoulder. You can tent the left fingertips if you like. You can lean more into that left foot. You can extend the left leg. I'm sure you've all done this before, so just finding something that works good for you, feels good this morning. We'll take 3 breaths together. Deep inhale. Exhaling fully. Deep breath in. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. One more inhale. Exhale, letting go, rolling back onto the belly. You can draw the palms under the forehead once again. And shift, shift, shift. Nice release in the low spine. Bringing the palms back out to your nice sort of goalpost cactus situation. And turning the left cheek onto the mat, bending the right knee, bending the right fingertips, and bringing that right foot behind you. And finding the shape on the side. Again, perhaps one side feels different than the other. Perhaps you want to lean more into the stretch in the shoulder or the hip or the twist, whatever it is. Listening to what your body is asking for. And take 3 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhaling fully. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, coming out of that twist, coming back onto the belly. Just one last shift in the hips. You can bring the palms back underneath the shoulders, a little closer to the rib cage. Just pressing up through the palms. And find a nice lazy up dog, maybe keeping a bend in the elbows. And shifting side to side to open up the belly for a moment. And then coming all the way back into your tabletop. Can tuck the toes under, shifting the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. And bring the feet as wide as the mat. And see if you can draw the heels down into the earth, bending the knees. You can walk the palms back a little bit if you need to. And as you find the shapes, noticing as you press into the earth, you can elongate the spine a little bit more, reaching the hips nice and high. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, letting it all go. You can reach the left palm over to the right ankle. We're doing a lot of twisting today. I know Holiday likes twisting, so this is good. Yeah, I can have a nice soft bend in the knees. As you pull into the right ankle with the left palm, you can begin turning the head underneath that right arm. Yeah, so maybe shifting the weight side to side, perhaps pulling that left hip back a little bit farther. And unlike some twists, you pull really deep into them. This is one that you could also perhaps lean away from to open up the left back of the shoulder as you find a deeper twist. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. Softening the bones with each exhale. 1 more breath. And exhaling, bringing that left palm down back into the mat. And just pausing here, letting the palms really plug into the earth. And then changing sides. So planting the left palm, right palm reaches over to the left ankle. And shifting, perhaps pulling into that left ankle or letting the body sort of pull away from it. You turn the head underneath the left side body, finding the stretch and the action that works for you, listening more deeply. We'll take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, that right palm comes back down into the earth. You can shift the weight forward. We're going to find this sort of wide plank. I don't know if any of you have ever done like the animal movement sort of associated with yoga. I actually haven't, but we're just going to sort of play with this for a second. So bringing the palms and the feet towards the outside of the mat, and then bending both elbows slightly and bending both knees. And just begin to shift around in some circles here. Yeah, as you bring the weight forward, you're sort of bringing the weight into the wrist. You can find a nice buoyancy here. This is our main heat builder that we're using today. You can switch directions of your circle. Just nice rotations in almost all of the joints of the extremities. Can even bring the pelvis into some circles if that feels good. You can bring in the head, get nice and wild, whatever you like. And then finding your way closer to center, just bending both knees and wrists. Just give the earth some pressure. Yeah, almost like you're pushing it away. Like if you were trying to open a door that was actually the earth, just to give it a little bit more feedback into the palms. Might be sweating now, that's great. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Letting it out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Out through the mouth, shifting the hips up and back. This time finding your traditional dog. It's going to feel quite different, perhaps. For me, it does, at least. So bringing the feet and the hands sort of in line with the hips and the shoulders. You can lift the heels off of the mat, soft bend in the knees, hips nice and tall, shoulders super active. As the blades sort of wrap around the rib cage here, planting the palms, maybe drawing the chin slightly into the neck to elongate the back of the neck here. And just take a few breaths. Inhale, you can lift the right leg high, opening up the hips to stack the pelvis, bend that right knee, and giving a little bit of movement here, rolling the right ankle, circling the right knee, or finding stillness, whatever you like. And then inhale, reaching the right heel high, and then exhaling to square the pelvis. I love this action of going from open to closed. I think it's super informative for the body. So really reaching that right heel high so that the pelvis is closed, and inhaling to lift the heel a little bit higher. And then exhaling to step between the palms, dropping the back knee and toes down to the mat. And pause here. You can bring that right armpit almost sort of hugging that right knee, and then pressing into the feet. Yeah, we do this a lot, but it's a nice engagement for the sort of base of the pelvis and the inner thighs. Almost like you're pulling the feet together for a moment. We'll just take a deep breath in. And then letting it go as you exhale, climbing onto that right knee with the palms, being gentle. And you find this shape, noticing the alignment of our pelvis again and again, becoming more aware. There's always more information here. Now you can let the right palm Stay on the right knee, inhale the left arm high. Then as you exhale, the hips can gently melt a little bit lower, opening up through the front of the body, almost like you're laying back. Kind of a nice idea. Like the shoulder blades can really hold the back of the heart. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more deep inhale. And this time as you exhale, we're gonna carve over. We're gonna find a little bit of a twist and compression. So bringing that left shoulder all the way over to the right knee. Whether or not your fingertips meet the ground is okay. If they don't, you can hold on to yourself for a little bit of stability, or just even put 2 fingers on the ground. That's about what I've got today. Yeah, so you wanna bring that torso so close to that right thigh that you're really finding some compression. It's not super comfortable, but we'll just stay here for 3 breaths together. You inhale, feeling the belly press against the upper thigh. And you exhale, maybe chin draws into the chest to open up the back of the body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath. As you exhale, walking the palms to frame that right foot and turning the right toes out, you can bring the right hand to the right knee. Just gently open up, pressing that away. Should feel really good after what we just did. Just take 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale, opening. One more breath. Exhale, letting it go. Palms frame the right foot, stepping back to your downward facing dog. You can inhale to roll the spine forward to plank. Pausing here. Yeah, it feels quite proper to do our normal plank after what we were doing. We're going to move through knees, chest, chin, but we're going to be really intentional about it. Yeah, people like to use this as like the quote unquote easy option, but it actually has a huge purpose in sort of defining the curves of the body. So from here, you can shift the weight forward into the palms. So you're really opening up the bottoms of the feet. And then you can bring the knees down to the mat, but keeping the pressure in the toes. And from here, elbows will pull into the rib cage as you reach the heart down between the palms. Yeah, and pausing here, noticing where you're pouring your weight. It's really easy to just put the weight in your chest. See if you can activate the palms and actually lift the chest slightly. Just to activate, you can even press into the feet to lift the knees slightly. You can even hover so that it's really just your feet and your palms on the earth. We'll just take one more breath. As you exhale, unfolding and allowing the chin to come down to the mat, untuck the toes. You can inhale to roll the spine up for a cobra or up dog. If you go to your up dog, just make sure you engage the legs to protect the low spine. And then as you're ready, sending the hips back for your down dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. In through the nose. Let it out with a sigh. We'll do all that on the other side. So you can lift the left leg high on an inhale, opening up the hips to stack the pelvis, bending that left knee, figuring out sort of what's going on in that hip today. Yeah, yoga for a purpose. What are we doing? We don't always know the answer, but I think that's also okay. Sometimes it's just to figure out what's going on too. As you're ready, reaching that heel towards the back of the room and squaring the pelvis. Left heel rotate so that the inner heel lifts high, toes point towards the earth. You can take a deep breath in, reaching the heel a little higher, and then stepping between the palms as you exhale, dropping the back knee and toes down into the mat. Pausing here. See if you can really engage, pressing into both feet, the left bottom of the foot, top of the right foot. Pull them together to engage the inner thighs and the base of the pelvis. Take a deep breath in. And Deep breath out, letting that go, climbing the palms onto the left knee this time, and finding where you're at today. Like I said earlier, I am personally experiencing a lot of hip sensation, which I think I've heard from a lot of people. So just being really mindful. Yeah, sometimes, like, I personally am very flexible, but I also experience a lot of pain. So if we can pull ourselves back a little bit and bring ourselves more into awareness, we can be more intentional about the choices that we make. Yeah. So finding where you're at, leaving the left palm on the knee and reaching the right arm out and up, finding a nice gentle back bend. Imagining the sweetness of the shoulder blades as they hold the back of the heart. You can inhale to lift and reach high. Exhale to softly melt. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And as you exhale this time, the right shoulder comes over to the left knee, crossing the body, finding that super lovely awkward shape. And we're really just finding compression. Yeah, the limb system is so interesting because it doesn't have a pump. So when we move, that's our way of generating movement in our lymph system. And when we invite intentional compression and expansion, that allows for the lymph to move and drain through the body. Nice little fun fact tidbit. Again, yoga for a purpose. What are we doing? Good. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to open up that right side body, compressing into the thigh. 1 more deep inhale. And exhaling, walking the palms to frame that left foot, turning the left foot out, left palm, left knee, opening up. Feels good. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep inhale. Deep exhale, letting that go. Framing the left foot, stepping back for your downward facing dog. We'll move through that knees, chest, chin again. So rolling forward to your plank. Super strong, super stable. Shifting the weight forward. Bending the knees, bringing them down to the mat, and shifting the chest between the palms. Taking a moment here, figuring out where is my weight. Seeing if I can actually press into the palms to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Elbows pulling into the rib cage. 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale, sliding the body forward. And inhale to lift the heart. Whatever back bend you like, is protecting that low spine. And then shifting the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. You can walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Finding yourself in your forward fold. Nice soft bend in the knees. Holding on to opposite elbows, perhaps. Another thing that we do so often is find this forward fold, but we can let it be new. The teacher that was telling me about sort of returning to old things and letting them be new, she was like, yeah, some people are upset that we've done this before, but you know what I say is, I've seen the moon once. It was beautiful. It's such a funny, sort of sweet thought, you know. It's like we don't feel upset about seeing the moon again. It's actually quite reassuring. Let go of the palms and gently drop the tail, rolling up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders come up to the ears and roll down the back of the body. Tadasana. Lifting up the toes, spreading them nice and wide, and placing them deep into the earth below you. We're going to move into sort of a fun standing series here. So just bear with me. It's going to feel pretty good, I think. We're going to start off with some nice sort of release in the arms. You can watch once if you like. What we'll do is we'll inhale the arms to reach up nice and high. And then as you exhale, softening the knees and throwing the arms behind you. You don't have to stay here though. You'll inhale to reach them back up. And then throw them down. Inhale to reach up. Let's do this about 5 times. Inhale to reach up. Throw down. Feels pretty nice. Just letting everything go. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, arms reach out. The same as you exhale, palms come to the heart. Whew. Yeah, let the eyes see something in front of you. Noticing the breath and the beating heart. You can inhale the arms to sweep high, lifting the gaze towards the fingertips. And exhale to fold the body forward, creasing at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, spine extends long. As you exhale, planting the palms, right leg will step back, back knee stays lifted. You can bring that right palm right next to the inside of the right foot. And extending that leg, the right leg, nice and long, you can inhale the left arm to sweep high. Yeah, so rather than opening away from that left knee, once again, we're coming closer to the left knee, and then we're twisting from there. So it's almost like you're drawing the inner thighs together and then twisting from the low spine. Yeah, if you feel unstable, you can bring the right palm out a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, compressing that left inner hip crease. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully. From here, you can turn both toes towards the left side of the mat, but pausing here, just opening up the outside of that left hip and the right hip as well. So notice as you fall into this shape, you don't fall, just sort of settle into it. You can draw that right hip forward and down. A nice opening in that left outer hip. We'll take 3 breaths, deep inhale. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully. 1 more breath. This time as you exhale, heel toeing that left foot towards the back of the mat, and the feet stack for a moment for a side plank. Deep breath in, lifting the hips a little bit higher. Exhale, heart opening. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, stepping that left foot behind the right knee. You can inhale to press into the earth, opening up for an early back bend. Feels so nice. Opening up, wild thing, left front of the hips, super expansive. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhaling fully, reaching the heart, deep breath in. And as you exhale, hips just come down to the mat, sitting them down, finding yourself perhaps off of your mat, that's okay, yeah? You can draw the right foot into the body and just crossing that right arm over the left knee. Pulling in, notice as you pull in, the chest lifts higher, planting the left fingertips behind you. You can either stay here or perhaps lifting that right arm out and that's finding a deeper twist, depending on what you're ready for. Yeah, flexing that left heel nice and high. Staying here or even placing that left foot across the right thigh. Deeper twist once again if you like. Letting the eyes see something. We forget to engage our eyeballs with the sort of the tail end of our spinal expression. Let's take 2 more breaths here as you inhale, opening and expanding. Exhale to soften deeply. 1 more breath. And exhaling, softly unwinding. You're going to find your palms back where you got them. So we're just rolling back into the earth, planting the left toes, planting the right toes, left leg will sweep high. And as you exhale, stepping the right foot back and stepping the left foot back in between the palms. Left foot lunge, yeah. Planting the right heel down, inhaling to sweep up for your warrior 2. As we find this shape, We go through this again and again, but it's so beautiful to really experience this. So expanding the left inner thigh, reaching it all the way forward and down. Fingertips reach away, planting the feet into the earth, like you're stepping in a big, squishy marshmallow. I don't know. Maybe some mud, if you like mud. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips sink a little deeper. One more breath. Exhaling fully as you inhale, reversing your warrior. And exhale, extending that left leg long, opening up the left side body, reverse triangle. Rooting the tailbone down. You inhale to lift and reach away. Exhale to press the feet into the earth. One more breath here. And exhaling fully, turning the left toes in, letting the spine drape down, finding our way towards our wide-legged forward fold. We'll crawl the fingertips away from the body, slight bend in the knees, and then letting the spine fall, finding a nice open, long spine. Release in the hips here. Taking 3 breaths, inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Deep inhale. Exhale fully. One more breath. Exhaling completely, leaving the right fingertips where they are. The left palm will reach underneath the right arm towards the left ankle. And we can hold on to the ankle, the calf, wherever the hand falls. You can hold on nice and tight. And then again, rolling the chest underneath the right side body. From here, it's another one of those fall back twists. So seeing it, rather than pulling into the right leg, you can begin to fall away. You can use the right palm to even press the body away to open up the left shoulder blade. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling completely. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath here. And exhaling to let go of the clasp of the foot, walking the palms back to frame the left foot at the top of the mat, and stepping back, finding your downward dog. You can make your way through your flow if you'd like. I encourage you to play with that knees, chest, chin once again, really allowing the curves of the body to open, finding your nice heart opener, and then finding your way back to your downward dog. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths here before we do the left side. How's people doing? Feeling good? Good, thumbs up. Awesome. All right. You take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale, lifting through the toes. And exhale, bending the knees deeply, stepping or floating to the top of the mat. As you inhale, arms sweep high, lifting the torso high. And exhale, palms come to the heart. We're going to find that nice spinal release once again. Yeah, shaking is really amazing for the body. That's why I do it a lot. If you're more curious, we can talk about it after class. But you'll notice it feels really nice. Yeah, so inhale to lift the arms high. And then exhale to throw the body forward. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, throwing down, releasing. Do about 5 more at your own pace. If your roommates or partners or whoever you might live with isn't asleep, go ahead and let out some sounds. Feels really nice. We just do 2 more. Inhale, arms sweep high, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, palms to the heart. Ooh, see something in front of you. Feel your breath. Feel your heart. And inhale the arms to sweep high, lifting the gaze to the fingertips. And exhale, folding the body forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. And same as you exhale, framing the right foot, left foot steps back, knee stays lifted. Now planting that left palm down, either right next to the right foot or a little bit out, whatever feels good to you. And then inhaling to lift the right arm high. Once again, rather than falling away, seeing if you can press into that right leg. Press, 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 inhale, lifting, reaching, expanding. And exhale to twist a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Super straight, expansive left knee. Deep inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Toes turn towards the right. Pausing here. And seeing if you can really allow that left hip to roll toward your front body here. Yeah, it's rolling to the right. And finding that nice opening in the right hip. Might feel it in the left as well. That time of day, I start losing my language. It's okay. You guys know what I'm saying. Inhale to press and lift and twist. Exhale, opening up the heart. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale fully. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, starting to heel toe that right foot toward the back of the mat, finding your way to your side plank. We'll take 3 breaths here, really pressing into the earth as you inhale. Opening up the heart with your exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, the right foot comes behind the left knee, pressing into the feet to lift the hips high, opening up the front of the body. Wild thing. Feels so good. The front of the right hip. Deep inhale, opening. Exhale fully. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, sending the hips down to the earth, finding your seat. Drawing that right knee in this time to the chest. You can either keep it here, hug it with the right arm, cross it over, finding what serves you. Yeah, holding, I just like this coordination we should all be aware of, is that pulling in lifts the heart higher, yeah? Finding your twist. All the way, eyeballs reach towards the back right corner. Super active. Inhale to expand the bone. Exhale to twist a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath here. Exhale, letting it go. Unwinding. Planting the palms right back where they came from. Tucking the left toes this time. Right heel will reach towards the sky. And then exhaling to plant that right foot between the palms. Left heel comes down to the mat. You can inhale to windmill the arms high. Exhale, warrior 2. Once again, that right inner thigh reaching away. And that left hip is actually turned in. It's another conversation we can have. We'll have a workshop on warrior 2. It's my favorite. Yeah, so as we really reach the hips down, opening up the pelvis, reaching the fingers, shoulders soft. So stable. Deep breath in. Exhale, right knee bends a little bit more. Deep inhale. Exhale, letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. 1 more inhale. And exhale deeply as you inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, pressing into the right knee, extending nice and long, reverse triangle. Opening up the heart, tailbone reaches into the earth, feet reach down even deeper. 1 more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And right toes this time turn in, letting the pelvis reach high as the spine drapes forward. Walking the fingertips nice and long in front of you. Slight bend in the knees, and then draping the spine down. 3 breaths, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath. Exhale, letting go of something. Planting the left palm this time, right arm reaches underneath the left, all the way for the left leg, wherever it fits. And press into the left fingertips to open up the heart, leaning back away to open up that right shoulder blade. Taking 3 breaths, inhale. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And exhale, letting it go. Walking the palms back towards the right foot, framing the foot, stepping back, downward dog. Moving through one last flow. Really intentional, whatever you decide to do. How aware can you be of what is happening with your choices? Very empowering. Take a deep breath in through the nose here. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale to lift the heels nice and high. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping or hopping to the front of the mat for your forward fold. You can heel toe the feet to the outside of the mat, bending the knees nice and juicy, and then holding on to the elbows. Finding nice softness here. Release mellow spine. Forward folds, connecting us with ourselves. You can let go of the arms and heel toe the feet, about hip width apart, rolling up through the spine, passing through our Tadasana once again. Perhaps feels quite different now. I'm going to do a little balance briefly on each leg together. We'll do a tree pose with a little heart opening. Yeah, so begin pouring the weight into the left foot, really nice and strong hip and knee without locking the knee back. Yeah, you want to root down so that that left hip comes in. Rotate the right knee to the side and find what works for you. I think that all of you have a high tree pose. Wherever it is that you want to place it, doesn't really matter, as long as you tune into sort of the structure. So notice already if you're shifting into that left hip, and again, root down, reaching it down into the earth, right hip roll, roll, roll out to the side. And then you can place the palms at the heart. If you're feeling quite stable, or if you're not and you just want to challenge yourself, that's kind of fun. Find somewhere to set your eyes, and then draw the palms to clasp behind the sacrum. Taking a deep breath in, reaching the palms down. I'll turn sideways so you can, if you need to see, I think you guys all know. Yeah, we're just opening up the heart gently, remembering you can always let go of the palms if you're falling, as we forget. Yeah, reaching the palms down into the earth to open up the collarbones. Maybe you can begin to lift the gaze, remembering to root down into the tailbone, reaching into the earth with the left foot. Nice strong breath, right inner thighs reaching out to the side. Lots to think about here. Kind of beautiful that our minds can be so intentional. Now we'll just take 3 more breaths, really so strong. Palms might even reach a little bit lower, opening up the heart. Again, falling, perfect. 2 more breaths. Opening, 1 more breath. And exhale, softly letting go of the palms if you have them clasped, turning the right knee towards the front, gently let it go, and then just give it a few, before we haven't set it down yet. Yeah, just give it a little shake, shake, shake. And then intentionally setting it down next to the left foot, pausing for a moment. Feels good. Now we'll move on to the other side. So planting the right foot this time. Yeah, engaging this leg to begin with, setting up the foundation before we go too deep. So notice if you're setting back into, notice if you step back this way, See if you can really root down and into that right leg, and then turning the left leg out and finding where you want to place it, yeah? Setting up your foundation first. And from here, it's like this sort of push-pull with the pelvis. So the front of the pelvis is lifting, back of the pelvis is pressing down, inner thigh of the left leg is reaching out to the side. Super stable. Palms to the heart, or clasping behind the spine. If you're clasping behind the spine, you can inhale to reach the palms down, elbows extend, heart is opening high. We'll take about 5 breaths here. And just seeing if you can sort of let the mind run around the body a little bit. Sort of check in. It's like, oh, okay, press into the foot. Okay, right knee is engaged. My right hip is engaged. I'm reaching the left inner thigh out towards the side. I'm pressing into my foot. I'm reaching my heart high. My eyes see the spot on the wall. My shoulders are reaching down. I'm breathing. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. From here, gently letting go of the palms, left knee turn towards the front, gently letting that foot release, and then sort of allowing that leg to shake out a little bit. Might notice that right foot is so stable, or it might not be, but just noticing sort of what that shape has given you. And then placing with intention that left foot back down onto the mat. Standing nice and tall. Let's go off in your day from here, but we're gonna keep going. You can heel to the feet a little bit wider, toes point out, and sending the hips down, we'll find our malasana, yogi squat for a moment. You can reach the fingertips in front of you and let the chin fall to the chest. You reach the fingertips far in front of you, sort of like the same action as child's pose actually. Fingertips reach away, and then you can begin reaching the hips back, shifting the weight into the outer edges of the feet to really allow the hips to open. And then from there, you can walk the palms back and find your prayer. Yeah, so the hips are super engaged. They're reaching away. And when you place the elbows in, they can press together, but you want to keep that action in the feet. Yeah, it's quite subtle, but the feet like to roll in. This is an exaggeration. We want to really root into the outside of the feet so that we can open and really save the inner line of our legs, yeah? Take 3 more breaths here, reaching down. Shoulders soft. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And exhale, letting it go. You can bring the palms behind you, just dropping the hips back and reaching the legs right out in front of you. We'll move right into Janu Shirshasana. So you'll pull the right foot into the inner left thigh. We're just here, like tree pose. Yeah, I can shift the weight side to side if that feels good. And then we're gonna plant the left palm this time actually. As you inhale, reaching the right fingertips nice and high. And as you exhale, you begin to fold forward and the right fingertips are reaching for the outside of that left leg. Yeah, if you find the outside of the foot, that's great. Maybe the outer calf muscle, it doesn't really matter. But seeing if you can actually generate a twist in the body before you then fold yourself forward. Yeah, I like to use this left hand to sort of anchor and bring me into a deeper twist if that feels good to you. Doing lots of twisting, like I said. It's really good for generating movement in the organs and we're sort of rinsing our body today. I felt like we could use a good washing. You can take a deep breath in here. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath. Exhaling fully, letting that go, walking the palms back towards the body. You can plant the right palm this time behind the sacrum. We'll do a nice like stargazer or something as you press into the palms, rolling over the shin, opening up the hips for a nice back bend. Really pressing the hips forward. Feels so nice to open up the front of the body. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling fully. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hips come back down onto the mat. You can bring that right leg back out in front of you. And we'll just switch sides. Yeah, left foot comes into the right inner thigh, shifting the weight side to side, getting any flesh out of the way. Right fingertips plant. You can inhale the left arm to reach high. And then once again, as you begin to fold, we're reaching for the outer edge of the right leg, wherever it lands, wherever it feels good. And then bringing the right fingertips to your side. Seeing if you can use that pressure to twist the body. You're like bringing the left rib cage to the right thigh. Nice twist. Taking a few breaths here. Inhaling to expand and open. And exhaling to fold and compress, condensing the body. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully. One more breath here. And exhale, letting it go. We'll walk the palms back up, finding your feet, placing the left palm this time behind you, then rolling over that left thigh, opening up for our yummy back bend. Let's take about 3 breaths here. Seeing if you could almost imagine rolling the pelvis underneath you, we'll open up that right hip even more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, sending the hips back down. Legs extend in front of you. And let's do a seated padasana. This for our last sort of compression bit here. So bend the knees, you can flex the feet. And what we're wanting to do is really get the armpits into, or the knees into the armpits. So it's kind of a funny thing. And we'll probably extend the legs a little bit, but just seeing if you can really find this compression and then find the palms underneath the feet. Yeah, normally we do this standing, but I find this can be a nice sort of change of pace. Yeah, so you find this sort of awkward, funny shape, and then before you drop the chin, see if you can pull the head back like you're giving yourself a double chin. And then from there, it's kind of hard to talk during this, from there, curl the spine forward. You'll get a nice opening in the back of the neck. And then from there, if it feels good, you can sort of walk the hips back. But really what you want to do is press the feet into the palms, pull the palms into the feet, super compression here. We'll just take 3 breaths, deep inhale. Deep exhale, super tight. Deep breath in. Exhale, even tighter. Pull, pull, pull. Press, press, press. One more breath. And exhale, slowly softening. You can walk the hips back or slide the heels forward. And we'll just fall forward into a nice, simple forward fold. You can let go of the tension in the feet. No need to do anything fancy or engaged. Really just letting the body sort of let that go. Feeling the breath on the body, so beautiful. And gently walking the palms back up towards the body. We're going to set up with that. We've got perfect amount of time. We're going to spend about 2 minutes in a supported bridge. After doing all of this sort of compression, expansion, and everything, it's really nice to just let the lymph of the body drain back towards the heart for processing. So finding your pillow or your block, we'll find the way to the back. You can plant the feet down, and you can just slide whatever you have underneath your body. Yeah, if it's a pillow or blanket or whatever, that works too. If it's a block, you can put it on either the medium height or maybe the highest height if that feels doable to you. Yeah, it's really up to you. This one that we'll spend about 2 minutes here. And placing whatever it is, and then heel toeing the feet to the outside of the mat and letting the knees fall together. Palms can lay next to you, and then just allowing the eyes to close. I'm not going to talk a lot during this time, even though I'm always so chatty. Yeah, just letting the tongue fall from the mouth, knees fall, super passive shape, and seeing if you can even tune into the movement of the fluids of the body, sort of falling back towards the heart. Nice supported inversion here. And from here, you're welcome to stay in this shape for as long as you like as well. I'm going to guide you into a shavasana or encourage you to do any other shapes that your body's asking for. We've done a lot of twisting and a lot of hip opening, so just be wary of really listening to what your body's asking for. To come out of your supported bridge, you can just press into the feet to remove the pillow or block, letting the spine roll back down onto the earth. You can draw the knees into the chest for one nice big squeeze. Maybe a happy baby. And then eventually letting the body open up, legs extend wide, arms rest by your side, open space in the armpit to allow for the skin to really receive the air. Space of witnessing. To witness is to be with. With-ness. It's a beautiful idea that in order to witness ourselves, we must be with ourselves. And this mind takes us each and every way. In this moment of shavasana, we can let all of that wildness go. And we can simply be with ourselves, letting the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth, letting the palms release any tension, and simply letting the breath pass through the body. The beauty of the natural body doing what it does. Shavasana. Always staying for as long as you need. And gently Inviting a deeper breath into the body. As you're ready, bringing some gentle movement into the toes and the tips of the fingers, ankles, and wrists. Finding your way to one side and pausing, letting the body fall once again to be held by the earth. And gently pressing into the palms, rolling up through the spine, finding the closing seat. Eyes can stay soft or closed. You can bring the palms into the heart space. Noticing what has shifted. The similar space that we began our practice in is now so different. Perhaps we can carry this awareness with us throughout this day as we traverse the wildness of this life, each and every moment bringing us new information to move forward, to shed, to let go, to gather, to feed. And take a deep breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth, bowing the chin to the chest, honoring all that has come before us, all that is yet to come, and all that is with us in each and every moment. The divine light in me sees the divine light in you. Namaste.